Okay, everyone, it's time to Ask the Club. Troopz, Robbie and Ped join me for this one. We're going to kick off Forever Dortmund TV. Ask, what's the best and worst atmospheres you've been to all season? Troopz?
Best was probably...
Saturday.
Best was probably What's the best atmosphere this season?
What about the worst?
The worst was Bayern Munich away.
I don't know, I bet that was bouncing.
Nah, it was
Not in
bouncing.
the away end,
Nah.
like.
Second half, we never sung one song.
Really?
Nothing, we just all stood there in embarrassment. The best atmosphere is probably Chelsea at home, 3-0. I've never seen the Emirates like that in my fucking life. Never. Even like pre-match, it was. You could feel like something's going to happen today. We was up for it.
Amazing.
Seems like a long time ago.
Long time in it, blood. Fucking hell.
Ped, what about you?
Best probably when we beat City this season. It was just mad. And especially because Davies scored and Lookman scored in the last minute. Obviously beating City 4-0. It was good when Nias scored as well against Hughes. That was dead funny. Just the fact that Nias had scored the goal. Didn't matter, it was against Hughes.
Yeah, more importantly, we'd slated him before it happened.
Yeah. Worst, I don't know. Probably Crystal Palace on a Friday night. Them Friday night games are shit.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, mate, we've had Chelsea. Do we have Chelsea?
Shit, aren't they? Anything that kicks off at 1:30 as well on a Sunday. Shit.
Early kickoffs are terrible, but I don't mind Friday night footy. I think it's a good laugh. Like, you don't like it because it's eating into your work.
Yeah, because it fucking work.
We ain't played on a Friday this year, have we?
No.
Well, Rob, what do you reckon?
Worse, probably when we lost to Watford.
You think so?
The atmosphere was terrible, man. Like, we just turned up, all our fans with their expectation. Like, 5-6. And they were like, huh? What's going on? 2-0 down. What's going on? What? Right, so, best atmosphere. You're right, that Chelsea game was, but the best atmosphere I've got to give, where I've witnessed, not just this season, for a long time, was when we went away at PSG.
Yeah, PSG was mad.
I have
Yeah,
to
it was mad
say,
still, it was mad
I
as well.
have to say that I've not seen a stadium bounce like that.
Yeah.
For years. PSG's atmosphere at home, I don't know if it's like that all the time, but it's unbelievable. Even the top tier, all round, young, old, everybody jumping from the whole 90 minutes. Most of it not even contrived either. I think that their atmosphere that they've got at PSG is absolutely incredible. Better than Dortmund even. And Dortmund's incredible. But Dortmund's more different sections. But that, when I went to PSG away when we played them,
was
it was the
mental
whole
still.
stadium. And it was
mental.
brilliant when we scored
Yeah,
the
it
equaliser
kicked
as
off
well.
in the away.
That was brilliant. I remember that those guys that were the police
Yeah,
that
it
were
was
stood
that.
there in those tracksuits.
In his
as well.
Madeline tracksuit.
But the atmosphere at PSG,
I'm sure Forever Dortmund TV, who's asked the question, will be delighted to know that you think PSG are better, have better atmosphere than them. No.
Forever
Listen,
Dortmund.
This is your answer, mate.
Hold on. I'm going to Dortmund next week, actually. Forever Dortmund. I know that guy, and he's a great guy. I'm going to link him up.
Doesn't like you
And,
any
so I'm not dissing
Shane,
Dortmund fans.
you say Dortmund
And
fans are
I'm actually going to watch Dortmund play Ingolstadt next week, right? So I'm going to get to sample that yellow wall for myself, see what it's like.
Are you in the yellow wall?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a mad thing.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I've struggled because there's been some terrible atmospheres at Anfield. Best one was probably beating Leicester at home because it was the first game in front of the new main stand as well. And I remember when the main stand is where people normally go to cross their arms and mutter angrily at what happens on the pitch. Whereas there was singing, it was a party atmosphere, it was amazing. And worse, weirdly, like it's a debate Chris and I have had this week, was almost, it's not there's been worse atmospheres than Liverpool-Arsenal at the weekend, but in terms of for what was a massive game, like Chris had an amazing experience. He was in the back of the Kop singing all game long. I was near the front, and I thought it was just really plain and average. It was weird. I expected it to be more.
It's a lot of
jumping
apprehension.
Up and down.
You know what it was with that game, right? From both sets of. I noticed that as well because last year when we came to Liverpool, the atmosphere was like from. I remember. You know what? I got to commend Liverpool. Right, a couple of seasons ago, one of the other best atmospheres I ever witnessed. Right, is you did something justice for the '96. Where you just started chanting for about, I can't remember how long it was for. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. The whole stadium, I'd never seen nothing like it. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the weekend, it was just apprehensive. until they scored their first goal.
And that's when it went
And then
mental.
it was beautiful. And then they started to unfurl the Wenger out
They
banners.
weren't beautiful.
Okay, we move on then. Seren_1845. I'll come to Troopz on this first. If your club is bigger than any one person, like you said with Wenger, why is no hate for Alexis? Now, obviously just to contextualise this, apparently he said he wants to leave. Apparently there's been a falling out or whatever with the club. He does seem to be escaping with a lot of criticism at the moment, because I think everyone's kind of directing it on Wenger. But you know, where do you stand on the Alexis stuff?
Me, I'm a big Alexis fan. Robbie knows he can't do no wrong in my eyes. Understand? Because I don't think Wenger's given 100%. I don't think the board's given 100%. I think Alexis gives 100% every fucking game without a doubt. Even if that guy is not on top form, he will fight. He will fucking fight. You don't see no fight from that manager. Nothing at all. Alexis is, if we get top 4 this year, which I don't think we will, it's down to Alexis. Because he's the only one in that team, apart from Ox, who shows passion week in, week out.
Yeah.
And that's why Alexis gets the slide. If Wenger was actually trying to put in effort, like going on the touchline when we're 1-0 down and trying to wild up the players, then maybe he'd...
See,
if you're putting in 100% every week, then how can you customize?
No, I do agree.
It's like what Adam said. Sorry, it's like what Adam said. You play for the badge and they'll remember the name on the back of the shirt.
Yeah.
He plays for that badge. So I will always remember Alexis.
The only thing I mean, Robbie, I'd kind of go against to some extent with that is that while I agree, you can't fault Alexis Sanchez's work rate when you put him on the pitch. There has to come a point though, and I think this is where the Arsene Wenger stuff clouds it, is that no player should be big in the club. If a guy's causing problems in training and he's refusing to play and doesn't want to play for the club, I'm always of the opinion that fuck that guy, because you know the club should be more important than any individual.
No, you're right. You're right. I've criticised Alexis this season. The game against Bournemouth, where at the end he just threw down his gloves and walked off the pitch. I was angry with that. I was like, you know, what are you doing? You know, so I've criticised him, but I do love him as well. He's a brilliant player, but. And then this whole thing that's happened. I mean, Arsene Wenger's come out today and said there was no problem in training, apparently, which then makes the decision to leave him on the touchline even worse. And if there was a problem, for me personally, me and my brothers discussing this yesterday, for me personally, if there had been this big bust-up in training, then why was he even on the bench? He should have been out of the team completely.
Well, yeah, because it undermines your position, doesn't
because
it, when you've then got
basically,
to bring him on the
if
pitch?
you've got to bring him on then and he comes on, and what he did, he came on, the game completely changed, we got one back, could have equalised. There's one thing that nobody's really mentioned actually, as I say that, just getting off the subject slightly. Emre Can should have been sent off, and if he would have been sent off, and you start laughing...
It was a blatant second yellow, let's be real.
What do you
it was a blatant
reckon?
second yellow.
That was John Matip who committed the foul.
Emre Can would have been sent off. It might not have ended up how it ended up. But anyway,
it would have been 2-2.
But anyway, right? You know, he changed the game. So, you know, he's back at his house thinking to himself, see, discipline me, you need me.
Is it the right way to have it? You know, a guy being having that much power almost at the football club.
Look at Leicester. All their players have got the power, apparently, the power to get the manager sacked. So, ultimately, the players have got the power. But at the end of the day, though, what's he done? No one knows what he's done. Yeah. No one knows what he said.
Wenger said he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
So if Wenger says he hasn't done anything, we have to take it as that, innit? He says he hasn't done anything, which means, as I said, the decision now to leave him on the bench was absolutely ridiculous.
Go back to the Costa thing. You know, 1 minute he's going to China and it's all newspapers, next minute he's playing football again, and it's you get on with it.
Yaya Toure.
It happens, doesn't it? It just happens. And
but you've got to be strong, Ped. If you are the manager, if something did happen, this is what I can't understand. If something, I personally think something must have happened for Wenger to have left him on. He shouldn't even have been on the bench. You've got to make a statement.
If you want to go more direct, do it, because you were actually more direct with him on the pitch.
Yeah.
You played more and better balls to Giroud with him playing. You know, you don't have to. You can play Giroud up front. You can just play Alexis.
There was cross. There was one cross to Giroud when he hit the crossbar.
Yeah.
That's the only ball they put in the box.
But if you're going to make my point is this: if you're making a point to a player that you're not bigger than the club, then you shouldn't even be on the bench.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because as I said, the moral high ground now is with Alexis, because he's like, I came off the bench and I nearly turned the game, and everybody, all the fans have walked away saying, why didn't you start me from the start? So, you know what?
I don't think he's bigger than the club, but I do give him
You just
the
like him more
benefit
than
of
Arsene Wenger.
Of course. What? Right. That's my boy.
He's not bigger than the club, though.
He's not. But he's not bigger than us.
So
one
the
thing.
rumours of that you're changing your badge to 2 Labradors is nonsense.
And we're going to be called Atom and Humber FC.
Just
Playing at Humber Lane.
just lastly on the Sanchez stuff, because even Ian Wright said he'd understand him moving on in the summer. Would you understand his position, even if you got a top manager in? Could you understand him leaving?
If Wenger stays, I can understand him leaving because he knows that he can't go any further. But if a new man comes, I would not understand why he's leaving.
The funny thing about it, right, is that we have to remember that he came because of Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger, you remember, you guys were linked with him as well. Arsene Wenger persuaded him to come to...
Gave him the call.
So, I don't know. Nobody really knows what's... The rumours that I've heard behind the scenes is that he really would love to stay. I do think a lot of it's out of money.
It is.
Right? You know
If
what I
you
mean?
give him the 250, he'll sign.
If we give him the money, he probably... Because if you really look at it, there's not lots of clubs he can go to. All right, maybe PSG might be one.
Bayern maybe.
Did Bayern really need Alexis Sanchez, big outlay? The Juventus, they've got loads of top players. Do they need...
I can't see him going to Italy. It's too good for Italy. No disrespect to the Italian league,
he
but
can't go
it's too
to
good.
really Real Madrid. He's already been to Barcelona. I don't know.
Atletico's a shout.
If Atletico afford to pay more wages than what
The
Arsenal
thing is,
can
though,
pay?
that's the Barcelona thing that hampers it, but he's a better player now than he was when he left Barcelona. So I'm not saying he would go back there as such, but you'd still imagine there'd be a lot of... Man City?
Man City.
But what,
I can't see him go to an English club.
What I've been told, right, again by some people very close to the club, is that they're not selling him to... They would rather it run down to nothing than sell him to another English club. So and Ozil as well. They've kind of really changed their attitude with those things since the Van Persie thing.
Yeah. Okay, good stuff.
Van Pagan.
Van Pagan.
Moving on then. Luke Frost at Luke Frost 4 says, are refereeing standards the worst they've ever been, Ped?
No, they were good on Saturday, weren't they? He let the game go at Old Trafford. You know.
You're being serious, right?
Is that even for his Graham Poll moment with regards to
that was terrible.
So
As soon as he pushed the king over, then that should have been the end of it. He should have been straight off.
yeah, I don't know. It feels like, I mean, I think it often, the refereeing thing, it comes out quite often, and maybe there's just more. It's more people are more vocal or whatever these days. I do feel like we've seen this season. Feels like there's been a lot more instances of us going, that the refereeing was horrendous.
I think we're going through a bit of a transition because I don't know the name of many refs at the moment. So we must be going through a transitional period where like a lot of younger refs are coming through.
They're worse. They are. I agree with that guy. They're worse now.
Who's the worst referee in the Premier League? Who's
Mike
the referee
Dean.
when he comes up, you go, oh,
Mike Dean.
Mike Dean.
Clattenburg.
Lee Mason.
I think Clattenburg's decent.
I used to like him. I don't like him
I
anymore.
don't mind Clattenburg too much.
I don't like
You
him.
fucking would, wouldn't you?
Clats.
You
All
fucking
Clats. We love a bit
But
of
he's
Clats.
going to Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
Did he not come back? Well, that was the rumour, wasn't it?
No.
He's just staying to the end of the season.
Exactly, yeah.
I think the referees are scared of United again though, because they've had what was it, nine onside goals wrongly ruled offside. How can you have it 9 times? Like 1, 2, yeah, but 9.
Is that the other way? Is that right?
Like people have scored 9 goals against United and they've been wrongly ruled offside.
Right, sorry, I'm with you. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Like Gabbiadini. It's terrible.
Yeah, well, no,
Terrible.
but
The referee,
I mean, that
To make it in a final.
In a final.
I feel for Letizia. I totally agree with what he said.
Yeah, I mean, I think the referees have gone backwards.
Fully.
Is the game's faster now?
No, I don't know.
It's
man.
still cool. It's the eternal thing with the referees, isn't it? And I think it's just as much. This isn't an issue of like the respect for referees or whatever, but I think it's a point worth making. The referees, it's like referees is like teachers, and there's no how can you respect a guy who earns 1% of what you do? He's got none of the fame, he's got none of the things that go with it. He's basically a part-time guy who then can go and referee a Sunday league game and get paid 15 quid or whatever to, as part of his.
Don't need no respect to put your offside flag up.
No, I know. But again, there's how do you entice referees to be the best at what they do? It's the most thankless task. It's over, apart from maybe the England manager, it's got to be up there with
Is it really the most thankless task?
You get paid decent money.
Get paid boss money,
You man up.
and they're always on fucking holiday in like Spain and Portugal and games over there. It'd be fucking great.
Travel the world.
Okay, but if that's what you think, that's what you think. But I don't think there's. You can say, oh, it's part of the trappings of being a referee, but referees, look.
Yeah, but you have to be a
know
certain...
who would want to.
Then people, you have to be a certain type of fucking dickhead to be a referee, don't you? So it's already within you. It's already within you. It's like saying if you're a bailiff, you're automatically a knobhead, but you have to be a knobhead before you take the job, surely. So it's not like you get the job and go, shit, everyone's going to hate me, I'm a knobhead. You're already a knobhead for being a referee or a bailiff or a traffic warden.
So what do you think is the answer then? Is it to let non-knobheads into the job? Is that what the issue is? Or find better knobheads?
You'd have to find better knobheads. I don't think you can find non-knobheads. I don't think that's possible. You have to be a knobhead to be a ref. Unless you're one of those fit Brazilian bird ones.
Ain't the big man going for FIFA head of referees now? Pierre Luigi Colina.
Yeah, he's a fucking knobhead as well.
Oh, he's a bad. Very much.
He was the last respected ref. He was the last ref that people respected. Like when you saw Colina in the match, you'd be like, yes, Colina, proper referee. You think Zlatan would ever go to Colina and say that? Colina will break his finger.
The face of Chloe.
Break his finger.
No, but
with them eyes. Are you mad?
I still.
He was mad.
We were Liverpool fans. Not a big fan of Howard Webb in any way, shape, or
was
form. But
at
least he carried himself in a way. You know, he had an air about him.
Yeah,
exactly.
Who was the one who got the boot deal? The referee. He got a boot deal.
No idea.
The fucking
probably Mike Dean, little face.
No, it was fucking.
But you look at the
boot deal.
The way it's gone. Like, you mean, you look at some
they must have been like fucking Clark's boots or something. You know, to get a fucking boot deal, wouldn't? Wear Clark's referee boots. They're great.
I do.
They'll get you everywhere on time.
Yeah. I don't know. Chris, any idea?
Still trying to find out. In the year 2000, Umbro stopped supplying boots for the referees, and referees were told to sort their own sponsorships out.
There you go.
Fucking sponsorships for refs.
They were told by the FA.
Well, can I ask? Does anyone else take umbrage with Clattenburg having tattoos of the European Cup on his arms?
Yeah, that's the fucking biggest. Honest to God,
I think
I'm not being funny. Right? Have I seen him walking anywhere?
So has Webb got the fucking World Cup on the back of his calf?
Take your hatred for Mark Clattenburg out of it for a second.
Yeah.
Because
he's got tattoos of not what he won, what he officiated in.
You know what? For me,
that's like me going to.
Have you got a tattoo?
I've got an Everton tattoo. I've got two.
Have you ever played for Everton?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Not professionally, no.
Well, shut up then, you tit. Why have you got a fucking Everton tattoo?
I still play for Everton.
Because it's something that you
fucking. That's like me going to fucking. Oh, I'm going to Disneyland next week. I might just get a tattoo to say I went to Disneyland.
Not everyone gets to.
I don't pick a fucking fair up and get the bird's face tattooed on me fucking arm, do I? Oh, I should give me a £3.50 tip. I'll get a fucking face.
But you consider the shite that people tattoo on themselves for whatever reason. Give the man credit. There's probably plenty of people
who've got a camera
tattooed
on your arm. Oh, I'm going to get Premiere Pro tattooed on my fucking arm. Essentially,
I've got our YouTube channel tattooed on my back. Like,
essentially, that's what he's done.
Yeah.
Robbie's got a big mic on his fucking that yellow and blue. No way he's coordinator for the away games, which I do like, Rob. That's a nice touch. He hasn't got that tattoo on his fucking arm, has he? 10 to the day. Say coordination.
I love it. Okay, so we're not in agreement with it. I just thought it was. I'm not a big fan of tattoos anyway, but I think if you're going to tattoo something on you, something that's got meaning to your life. I think for the guy who's got,
I got my son's name.
Exactly, but he's reached the pinnacle. He reached the pinnacle of his career of refereeing. It's a bit weird because no one else does that.
It's a bit weird, yeah.
But I think so. But I'm not.
But you know what? Tattoo what you like. Just get the decisions right.
There you go.
So he's made the tattoo decision.
He's got all the decisions right tattooed on his cock.
Okay, shout. Right, we move on. Is Lukaku Everton's best ever striker, asked by the wonderful Retro Football TV?
No, clearly not.
Well, he's now Everton's top goal scorer in the Premier League era.
Yeah.
61 goals, taking ahead of Duncan Ferguson, who had 60. Why? Why is he not?
Because there's a certain fella called Dixie Dean who scored over 370 goals.
Fucking yawn, Dixie
Well, it's not yawn, is it?
It is yawn.
It's not yawn, not when your top goal scorer's got like 180 or something. Or whatever that was. He's a proper top goal scorer. He's got over 300 goals. So therefore he's the best. He's the best. We've got the best striker ever in English football. That's what we've got. Romelu Lukaku's our best Premier League goal scorer, clearly. So it's a really
So
it's,
what you're saying is you will never ever have a striker.
English
better.
football will never have a better centre forward than what we had, ever. I don't give a fuck whether it's Premier League or whatever. I
thought we were the ones who lived in the past.
I'm not. I'm just. You've asked me the question. If that's a Premier League,
Yeah.
then yes, of course he is.
Yeah.
But William Ralph Dean is the greatest centre forward ever in English football. Simple as that. You can do your Klopp fucking llama face all you want, right? The facts are he is.
Yeah.
And no one can argue with facts.
No, listen,
But
it's
you know
fair.
what facts are?
Fair.
Facts.
It's a
What
fact.
about Gary Lineker?
Big up Rafa. It's a fact.
Gary Lineker.
But the problem is, my problem with the Dixie Dean stuff is, we've got strikers who've done stuff in the past, and probably no one will ever top Ian Rush as an example. But in terms of it's just based on.
See that? It says best ever
I
striker.
know. But it's best. It's based on numbers. It's not based on something you've witnessed. It's not based on is it based on his football ability? Is it comparable? Will there ever be a case? Look, I know you keep repeating yourself, but I'm trying to make a point. And
Is Dixie Dean our best
do you
ever
get
player?
the point I'm
No.
trying to make?
I do and I don't. I do and I don't.
Has there been in terms of let me switch it up then.
Go on.
Because it was technically me who tweeted the question.
It was, yeah.
Who's the best centre forward that you've seen at Everton?
Best centre forward, probably Lukaku's well up there. Lineker was just fucking different class. Different class. Probably the best English striker there's been for the last 40 years, easily. I mean, look at the goals. Over 40 goals in one season.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Lukaku's up there, though. He's got to be up there. He's nearly 24.
He's got a better goal scoring record at this age than Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, but I think that's
I know he
slightly...
played-
I think that's slightly...
Innit?
He's not 24 till May, and people are still moaning that he's not the finished article, which means there's still plenty to come out of him yesterday. But look, yesterday he got one chance, done the centre back with a little nudge, and then puts it bottom corner, and he hadn't done anything all game.
Do you think the problem is because of the size of him, people expect him to be a different forward than he is?
See, this is what makes me laugh when people say he'll replace Costa at Chelsea. He won't. He's not that kind of centre forward, and he never will be. And I seen Phil Neville last night on Match of the Day going, he loves being up front on his own. He doesn't. He fucking hates it. He fucking hates it. Phil Neville is getting me off the cabs. We'd talk like that. Honestly, he's getting me off the fucking cabs. Because that's why people come to fucking fan channels, because we watch them every single game. When he's got someone up front with them, he's completely different. And if the day comes when we get someone or we go somewhere else and they put like absolute top class number 10 with them,
Rooney.
I think Rooney will sign now. It's not something I've been saying for the last 2
Rooney
years.
and Lukaku then.
Listen, Robbie, I live in the real world, you know this. And I don't necessarily think he'll be an Everton player next season. It's 50-50. It's what they show.
Lukaku.
Yeah.
But they're saying he's going to sign a new deal.
Yeah, but
99.999.
Suarez signed a new deal, didn't he? It happens. If he goes somewhere in the summer, or we got a really good number 10 on, you watch the difference, because he'll go up another level. He needs someone to create space for him, actually, rather than be like a partner. He just needs someone to just distract him, and he's a different animal, but can do anything he wants.
I guess just quickly, would you have Lukaku at Arsenal?
Yeah, I'd have Lukaku.
Go ahead, I'll just have him.
Yeah, just that.
Yeah, I'd have him.
Yeah.
I'd have him. He's a good player.
Okay, sure. Well, brilliant. That's all time we've got on Ask the Club this week. As always, tweet your questions in using the hashtag Ask the Club, and we'll try and get through as many of them each and every week on Social Club. Stay tuned later this week. We're going through the best all-time Premier League 11. We're working our way to right wingers this time. Plenty more still to come. And as always, 3 topics every single week on a Monday on the usual Social Club slot. Cheers.